Don't you love it when you're simply minding your own business, trying to forget about the fact you probably spent 30 quid on part 1 of a brand new HST pack, then all of a sudden, your money is demanded again when our good friend from Richardson Power Rangers strikes again with the release of the Class 378 Enhancement pack, a pack which I thought would never see the light of day. Finally, another welcome enhancement for the Electro Stars, roughly 3 years late. But how good really is it for its current retailing price of... Well, unfortunately it's that time again to figure out whether this pack is an instant must-buy or so boring I'd rather throw a rock at someone. Though at this point, I think it's so obvious what the answer is going to be I don't even know why I'm still here anymore. Didn't ask for this video? No? Well, neither did I. Let's begin. The Class 378 Capital Star, TfL's revolutionary train of the London Overground, built as part of the Bombardier Electrostar family and derived from the design of the Class... Also a train which has taken many formations over the years. First as 3 cars, then 4 cars, then 5 cars, then 4 cars again, temporarily. But not any longer because, we aren't extending platforms for 10-car trains. You having a laugh? And before you say anything else, that was a joke. Gary, do you mind? Nevertheless, the train seems to finally be receiving some love in Train Simulator. I mean, the default model isn't the best again, as it's just a heavily modified version of the 377 model, released over 10 years ago. But there's no point really bothering to expect more when we know there isn't anything much better, or that there'll ever be. I'll tell you what crosses the line for me though, porting that exact flaming model into Train Sim World 5 for use on the upcoming Mildmay line by Incredible Trains. From what I've heard, I can sort of understand why, but come on. If that doesn't prove to you how shamelessly unoriginal of a game Train Sim World is, I don't know what will. Honestly, at this rate, it was either doing that or instead heavily modifying. Anyway, Train Sim World discussion over. For now. What do the included liveries like? So, for liveries, you get Standard London Overground, which looks fine. The other London Overground, which doesn't look fine. One, because the orange around the front looks a bit off, and the other reason since, well, I don't like the livery anyway. And of course, we can't forget... Oh wait, he did. And finally, just so TfL don't slice Rich's head off and serve it for dinner, please note that London Overground branding is not available and the freeware patch will instead be required. Very good. Moving on to some of the features, there's the usual driver only and guard operation, dual voltage and neutral section functionality, cold start mode, wheel slip protection, changeable destinations, of which still look bad, and in the retextured cab, a functional GSMR, and my track display. Oh, good heavens, why that's a fantastic variety of features included. And by fantastic, I mean so good they were directly copied and pasted over from the other Electrostar packs. You know, as if we wouldn't have noticed. But no wait, at least the physics are different. Well...
The speed is a lot, mate.
And there's nameplates, for once. Gary? However, still, I'm getting a strange sense of deja vu here. It's kind of making me question why this enhancement pack had to be a separate release in the first place. And if you thought that maybe the new sounds were any better...
Wrong!
Now, this is something that I never brought up in past reviews, which today I'm going to use this chance to bring up. Because not only have a majority of the sounds just been reused... Remember this? Yes, that, my friends, is the old 375 and 377 sound pack. And now I'm going to do a side-by-side comparison to reveal to you where half of these sounds have always originated from. Yeah, good one, Richie. I noticed this a long time ago, but I thought the main point of enhancement packs was for you to go out your way to record new audio, not recycle half of the very old source material from what you had before. Also, there's already the sound of the air conditioning, which isn't right anyway, but we move. But what about the heating and ventilation when the air conditioning is off? And you know, because the compressor was also ripped from the 387, it's still missing something. Plus, sorry, but 378s don't make this noise. Only 375s and 377s do, I think. And the horn! No, Gary, that's a 375. Oh, it's the same. Well, unfortunately for you, Mr. Powersmiths, it sounds nothing like a 378 horn. And by the way, if you recorded various types of horn audio for packs like the 411, 455, and your new HST thing, why not for the Electro Stars? Because you know 377s and 378s have different horns to the 375, right? Also please, the track joints and the flange. It's so overused. Just record some new ones, I beg. And another thing, where's the brake squill? It's funny though, because the only actual new sets of sounds in this pack are for the doors and the motor. Oh, give me strength. I'm sorry, but the traction motors really do not sound that great. And if anything, it just proves my point more regarding AP's dodgy sound editing at times. Yes, you could argue it's the closest we've got to an accurate sounding 378, but the motor pitching and audio quality seems mediocre at best. Again, the samples sound very distorted, and of course, there are still a couple things that have been completely missed off. First, there's a lack of AC motor sounds, because as standard on Electro Stars, the motors sound slightly different when running on either AC or DC power, but in game, throughout all packs, only DC motor sounds were sampled. Also, when idling at low speeds, the motor is still usually heard on a 378 and doesn't really cut out. But in game, the motor cuts out. These are small things I know, but it's just those little bits of extra detail that count. I'm not nitpicking for the sake of it, I'm just pointing out how the traction equipment operates under different source of electric power and other stuff. It would make that 378 driving experience that tad more exciting. But nope, that's too much to ask for apparently. Anyway, the sounds are wank, as per usual. They're not bad, but they're not great either. Now if you excuse me, I'm going to launch a rock at Gary and it's going to hurt. Wrong rock, Gary! And after that bombshell, to conclude this review, I can confidently say that this enhancement pack is yet another to add to AP's long list of rubbish releases. This pack is nothing but a total rush job, from a lot of the features and sound recordings being a direct copy-paste with maybe a few minor adjustments. It has barely added anything new, exciting or different in this release, and overall just shows how Richard didn't even try. Essentially, with how similar this pack is to the previous Electro Star EPs, all packs collectively should have been merged together from the get-go. But no, as AP normally do, sell the same frickin' thing over and over again for roughly the same price and make a fortune from it. Muggery at its finest. Though on the other hand, at least you no longer need to put up with using the default 378 now with the EP available, which does improve the driving experience quite a bit. But really, I think I know exactly why this pack came out. Of course, this was announced at around the same time DGG announced the new overground route for Train Sim World, so that brand new 378 coming soon is going to need some new sounds from somewhere. Oh, it will happen again. Anyway, that's me done. Before I go though, feel free to share with me your thoughts on this enhancement pack in the comments. I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.